I'd like to get started so we don't keep everyone. I appreciate you guys coming this evening to meet with me. Uh, Quick introduction. My name is Gene Carboni. I am a semi-retired um, business ed teacher from Father Judge. I taught at Judge for 27 years and retired 4 years ago. Since that time, I've been teaching these online courses with the welding guys. This year it's going to be welding, and then the second semester it's going to be the automotive group. So I've done 5 classes already, virtually online like this. Um, four the Google class, like your sons took freshman year, and then last year I did the finance class with the welding group. And there are some boys in this class that I had their brother last year. So we're at that point where I have brothers, uncles, um, even sons of people that I've taught. So uh, it's great being with Judge, and I appreciate the opportunity to work with you boys this semester. So if you can, just like I said, fill out that form. I'm going to drop it in here again for those that just come in. And while you're filling that out, I'm going to take a quick look here. We'll start with we're going to start with the information packet that I sent you the other day. So in the packet we had links. You had the course outline. Course outline is listed here for you as well. Can I ask a question? Do you see everything that goes on in Schoology for your sons? If you can, give me a hand raise or a thumbs up. Do you see, or you could grab the mic, do you see everything that happens in Schoology, everything that's recorded in Schoology? Let's see here. Miss Rossi, I unmuted your mic. Hey,
Yes,
yes. Question. Do you see what goes on in Schoology?
yes,
Yeah, you can see so you see this, if you logged into your son's class, you would see this screen?
yes.
Great, okay. I just want to make sure, I want to make sure because um, for the last 4 years I've been teaching using Google Classroom. This is my first time using the Schoology Power School combination. So I wanted to make sure that you see everything that I throw. I'm throwing a lot of things up there, and I want to make sure that you guys all have access to it. Great. Thank you very much, Mr. Rossi.
Mhm.
So if you can see the Schoology, the first link that I have here is the Zoom form. That is the form that I just put the link into the chat. Then we have the parent letter, which I sent you guys the other day. Okay. Um, and this has links in it, and the links for the course outline, links to Nearpod, links to the grading matrix. And I want to go over quickly all of those this evening with you so that you know what's coming and where you can find the information. I thank those that already joined the Remind app. I appreciate that. And the fact that we have a good response already. I'm looking probably to get maybe about half the parents in there probably within the next week. That would be great. Because I do use that Remind. I'm going to show you right here. This is just a recap of some of the messages that I have posted up in the last class. So this is an example of what you would see and that your sons would see. Uh, Messages about deadlines, links to assignments. Um, we used Google Classroom last year, so I had the Classroom link in here. This year I'll have Schoology links in there. but I do put in reminders for when the assignments are due. All assignments are due at night, so there's nothing due during the day. And we do understand, hopefully, that all of the work that the boys are going to be doing with this course is going to be done outside of a normal class day. So there's not a set period assigned for it. It's called period 9 on their schedule, but period 9 is really anything that doesn't fit into uh, the normal school day. So um, I met with the guys yesterday, explained some things to them. Hopefully they spoke to you about it last night, and we will be working using Nearpod, and most the guys have already used Nearpod. They've used it with their theology class. They've used it with their English classes. So they have experience with it. So that shouldn't be an issue. All of the lessons are in Nearpod, and the lessons are going to be posted in Schoology. If anybody has a question as I'm going through this, please you can grab your mic and ask the question. Um, sure, Steph. I will put that link back up for you again. Okay, there it is. So the course outline explains the content that we're going to be covering. We're going to talk about banking, investing being stocks and bonds. Um, Mostly, I'm going to concentrate on investing for retirement. And this is what I told the guys yesterday. Very important that we focus on um, getting our money in early and making the compound interest and the years work in our favor. So um, the the second set of lessons are this investment piece. Then we're going to talk about credit, uh, work with credit cards, um, fees, repayment methods, um, insurance. We're going to talk about homeowners insurance, car insurance. We're going to discuss mortgages, uh, taxes. We're going to take a look at payroll taxes and how that works, and we'll have a budgeting exercise. And we're going to, at the end, we're going to close out in December with doing or creating a resume and cover letter for the guys to get ready to maybe this summer, go next summer, get it out on a work co-op. So we want to get them ready and doing that. So I have uh, some samples of resumes and cover letters that we're going to use, and the guys really did well with this last year. And I've been using the career exercises with all the classes from the start with the welding class. And Mr. Williams has also given us some examples, and we use some of his terminology, and we're able to bring his work and his examples into the guys' um, current in their as they build their resume and cover letter. In this information page that I sent out to you, you have this lesson completion checklist. The lesson completion checklist is also in, you'll see it also in Schoology. Okay, let me see here. The grading matrix here. This is giving us a list of the assignments, the due dates, the points that are available. We will be starting doing Zoom conferences like I'm doing with you this evening. I'll be doing them we're scheduled to do them every other Monday during fifth period of Mr. Williams' class. They take maybe about a half an hour, but we did talk about moving to doing video introductions to the lessons instead of a Zoom session. So we're going to see how the Zoom sessions go. We've been using the Zoom sessions. I used the Zoom sessions last year with the classes. Um, but if this group wants to, if we look at, we think the video introduction was better, we'll move to that. Okay. Um, all of the lessons, the units wrap up with a unit test. So you'll see here on the grading matrix, we have the due dates. These are every other Monday for the web conferences. The unit test follows the last piece. Each lesson has at least 3 or 4 days before it's due. And I explained to the boys yesterday that the work will be posted like 2 weeks in advance. So if they wanted to get ahead on the exercises, they can. Okay? They can work at their own pace, staying within that 2 week period. Well, I'm not going to post up all the assignments for the semester, although I have them all already created. I'm not going to post them. I'm going to post every 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks, when something hits, the boys will have 2 weeks to complete those assignments. Okay? And we're going to stick with the due dates that are published in Schoology. The due dates here, as I have a note down the bottom, say they are subject to change. And we may run into something where we have to change some things around because of something comes up where maybe there's something a lesson needs a little bit more time. Then we will be able to adjust that. But the announced due dates are subject to change. The due dates that are here, and I will be putting the due dates published. They will be published in Schoology. The face-to-face session that I had yesterday with the boys, the guys, just to get them used to what's going on, tell them what's happening, explain to them how the course is going to run. That is like the only time that I'm going to meet with them in person. After that, everything is online. Okay. Um, I do have a I do have a calendar. So in our, let me get this out of the way. In our Schoology, you will see that there is a calendar, a book that says book an appointment with Mr. C. So I'm going to see the guys every other Monday. I invited them all, like I invited you, to Remind. So they can use Remind to get in touch with me during the week, and I will get back to them promptly. Uh, I also put together this book an appointment with Mr. C. So this calendar here looks similar to our Google Calendar, but you'll see that like on the 17th, starting next week, on Wednesday and Thursday, there are time slots available. So you or your son, either one, can book an appointment at that time to talk to me. And that's like having my office hours. So you know how, like when we have flexible instruction days, the teachers have office hours. These are office hours that I will be publishing each week. They will change, fluctuate based on the schedule and based on my availability. Okay? There are some weeks where I may not be available on Wednesday, or I may not be available on Thursday, but I will schedule other days in the week for um, the time to book an appointment. But again, keep in mind you can always reach out to me in the Remind app to address something and not wait for an appointment slot. Okay. Any questions so far? Everybody's good? Okay. Um, the lessons rather are going to be in Nearpod, as I mentioned. These are the first three lessons, the banking one, banking two, and banking three. In Schoology, we'll take a look at what they look like. This is what the boys see when they come into Schoology. They go into banking unit. The banking unit, banking part one has two sections: checking accounts and savings accounts. And then they have a Nearpod lesson. Excuse me. The Nearpod lesson is linked in the assignment. There's also this fine print. This assignment here is giving them a bank statement, and they have to answer questions about the bank statement. Okay, so they'll fill out this form, try to fill out this form. A picture will come in with the bank statement, and then they will answer the questions based on that, based on the information that is available in the bank statement. All of the work, though, or rather the bulk of the work, is done within Nearpod. And if you are familiar with Nearpod, I'm going to open up a lesson here so you can see it if you're not. The Nearpod lessons, have the work built right into them. So when your sons open the assignment, it opens. This is my edit screen, of course. You're looking at not the work file, but it looks like this. There are 27 slides in the part one. Slide by slide, they go through. They have the objectives listed in the beginning. Then they have some activities. The activities are done either right within Nearpod or in an attached file, like that activity for the bank rec. Sometimes they have to look at an infographic or read an article. The links here are built in. It takes them out to the article to read, so they don't have to leave Nearpod. They the link they go to the assignment, they do the reading, and then they can come back and answer the questions. When they answer the questions, they come right to me. They come right to the teacher. So same thing happens with your other. They're using it for ELA classes or for math or social studies, religion. They're all using those. All the teachers using it. They all work the same way. So the answers come right to us within Nearpod. So this has a couple of readings and then the questions. There are open-ended questions. There are drag and drop questions where they have to put things in order. This gives you a little example. Here's a video that they need to watch. So they would watch the video and then answer questions on the video. In some of the videos, the questions are built right into it, like in this one. See, it says interactive mode. So they'll watch the video and the questions will pop up and they'll type in their answers and then they'll move on. In others, they'll watch a video and then answer the questions in another slide, in the next slide. So this gives you some example of what the Nearpod assignment looks like. And in this one here, the first section deals with the checking account. The second slides in here deals with the savings account. And then they would move on to part two. Now, for this one, it's available now to them. It's up and it's open for them. This assignment is going to be due, I believe I said, on the 18th or 19th of next week. So they can work on this at their leisure. They can leave, do some, come back, do some today, come back in a couple days, do a little bit more. They don't have to do the whole thing in one setting. I told them they could do it while they're at lunch. Okay, they could do if they have a study hall, they have a sub period during the day that they have going on. They could do it then. Anytime you can access this work 24/7. Okay? We definitely want to be able to push with them though the importance of meeting the deadlines. completing all the work and completing it on time. It's imperative that they learn that skill of time management and accountability. Okay, so this this course is different because I don't see them every day. They get to work and they have to do it on their own. Okay, um, hopefully you will be keeping on top of them too and asking them, making sure that you're doing because you can see it all in Schoology, so you know what's going on. You know what they need to do, and you can ask them questions and see you can see their work as they're doing it. Because if they open up their Nearpod, they'll see you'll see what I see, which is the answers to the work that they're completing. Okay. When when I do the Zoom conferences, I will record it like I'm recording this session, and then I'm going to send out a recording after I edit it tomorrow. I'll send out a recording of this session. Um, but with the students, if somebody misses a web conference, that web conference will be recorded and then submitted, and then rather um, uploaded to Edpuzzle, and then available for the boys to watch with a link from Schoology. So they'll still get to see what happened that day, even though they weren't in class. And if they're not in class, the day I do a Zoom conference and they're home, they can watch it from home because what we're doing is available 24/7, and the web conferences. When I'm live on the web conference, they don't have to be in the classroom; they could be anywhere and watch it and participate. Okay. I do want to be conscious of your time. It's coming up on like around 25 minutes now. Um, I would like to wrap up by around 7:30, so we don't take too much of your evening. Are there any questions? Are there any questions from you as to what's expected of the guys and what I can do to help them? Please just jump in. Uh, I will. You can unmute your mic. If anybody has a question, you can put it in. Okay, Sarah, let me see here.
Mr. Kabani, the link that you have in the chat, am I supposed to do something with that? Because it's not opening to anything
Yeah,
for me.
is this Sarah?
No, this is Kim
Oh,
McKee.
okay, Kim. Okay. Let me drop another link in there. Let me get this link here. See if this one. Could you hit that and see if it works for me, please?
No,
No, Kim.
no, it's not
That's
working.
Mr. Key.
Yes, it is. I'm on an iPhone, so maybe that's why, because sometimes the Google Docs don't really work well with the
Yeah,
iPhones.
sometimes they don't play well.
No.
I'll tell you what. This form, if you go into Schoology,
Yeah,
like later,
yeah.
excuse me, I'll show you where the form is. The form's right here.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, I'll take care of
So
that. Yep.
if you click on that link, it'll take you right to the form. You can fill it out.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Anybody else have a question? I apologize for that link not working there. It's not getting here right away. Um, is there anything else? Yeah, is this course what you thought it was going to be? Please don't be shy.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Mr. King. Um, I am. I'm going to be with your guys until the coursework actually wraps up right before Christmas. Okay. And last year, everybody was finished that week before Christmas, and then we had that time afterwards if anybody needed any additional work, but they didn't. So we wrap up before Christmas and before the finals, before the midterms rather start. Uh, in the other subjects, in their regular subjects. So I I think the key to this is keeping the guys focused on what they have to do. Okay, making sure that they meeting the deadlines and completing all the work. Because some of the work, some of the assignments have extra files, like you saw with that bank statement. In order to get full credit, they need to be able to do. They need to do the Nearpod assignment and the extra work. So let me show you something here, and before we wrap up, um, you see these extras, this extra column here. This is telling us that this spot, this like investing part two, has a Nearpod lesson. There are exit tickets built into the Nearpod lesson, and then there's extra work that has to be done outside of Nearpod. Not all lessons have work outside of Nearpod, but those that do are listed here. So if we look, when we look at these assignments in Nearpod or in schools, rather, there are going to be additional links to file work that need to get done. Please make sure that the guys are staying on top of that and doing everything, and not just turning in the Nearpod assignment. It's Nearpod and the extra work and the extra assignments that extra those extra links that go into the assignment. So like this here in the banking, like I said, in the banking unit, there was a Nearpod, and then there's also the fine print exercise. So please stay on top of them, and please do not be a stranger. You have a question, reach out to me. If you haven't already done so, please accept that invitation to remind. Uh, put the Remind app on your phone if you can. The Remind app is on my phone. That's the best way to get me. If you click on Remind, I get a message immediately, and I can get back and I can work with you and work with your son to get things together. What we don't want them to do is fall behind. If they can get uh, keep on track with the due dates, we'll be fine. They can, like I said, they can work at their own pace. And hopefully their pace is faster than what I'm looking for as far as the due dates, so that they can get ahead. So the work will be posted 2 weeks in advance. They can work on whatever's available in Schoology. They can work on. Um, and I like the fact that it's in Schoology this year, so that you can see it. Last year, in years past, working in Google Classroom, uh, parents didn't get to see everything that was going on. So this is a good idea that the diocese had as far as making this available for me, so that you can see everything, and I'm available for you guys from now until the end of the semester. Okay. Thank you for joining me tonight. I appreciate it. Um, I will post the recording. I'll clean this recording up and then video up and then post it in Schoology. And please tell your friends, whoever you know that's also in this class, that has children in this class, to join Remind. Get that Remind link out there so that we can get um, everybody working on the same page to support the class and try to ensure their success. Okay. Thank you very much, everyone. You guys have a good night. Um, and
Thank you.
hopefully I'll be able to talk to you. I'll talk to you sometime during the semester.